Storytelling. Oh, that was hilarious, mysterious music. I wanted you to get really curious about this, hence why I played the mysterious music. Storytelling is one of those things where you've probably seen a TED Talk online talking about how important storytelling is. You've probably been to a conference where you've seen a speaker talk about the importance of storytelling and how it's so influential. A lot of people talk about why storytelling is so important, but they don't teach you exactly how to do it. Precisely how do I go about storytelling more effectively? What is the exact formula for storytelling? How do I take any story and make it relevant to any situation? How do I document stories? So a lot of people don't go into the pragmatics, and that's exactly what I want to do in this section. Because for a long time, 10 years ago, I heard about all the reasons why storytelling is so crucial, but no one really taught me exactly how to do it. So I want this section to just be that. Exactly how you do it. I mean, I'm also going to prove to you why it's so important, but let's go through exactly how. Now, before we dive into the how, I want you to experience it. I want you to experience different stories, and I want to share with you what different types of stories actually do to people when they listen to it. And then we'll use those stories as examples, pull them apart, dissect them, and look at them with a microscope. Let's start with the first one. When we're first storytelling, we've got to understand that there are 4 chemicals that are released. Now, the first of the 4 is called dopamine. Dopamine. And dopamine is a beautiful chemical. And when you share a story that evokes dopamine from your audience, this is what happens to them. This is what happens to them. The first thing is that it increases their focus. The next thing is that it increases their levels of motivation. The next thing is it increases their memory retention. And the final thing is that it increases their attention. These are the 4 things that happens to your audience when you share a story that evokes dopamine. I'm going to throw you to an example now of me sharing a story to one of my classes when I was doing the class live. And it's important for you to hear their reactions to the story as well, because this will enhance your understanding of the importance of the different elements in storytelling. Hopefully this story is going to evoke dopamine from you. Check this out. I know I never really wanted to be an accountant, but I actually pursued the path of accounting. And in university in Australia, there's a period in your university years, your final year, it's called vacation period, where you have to go into a professional job that you're planning to study for. So for me, it was accounting. My dad arranged for me to work at KPMG in South Australia. He had his connections. I was fulfilling the prophecy. And I did work experience there for about 6 months. And there was this accounting partner who always had his hand in his pocket. Always had his hand in his pocket. I couldn't understand why. It was interesting. So I noticed him as a character because he never pulled his left hand out. It was fascinating. Bothered me. I wanted to know what's in there. And at the end of every day at work during the accounting firm, I would always do magic tricks for everybody in all the different departments. Marketing, I did it for everyone because I loved it. And one day this accounting firm owner, he comes out. The guy with the hand in the pocket. And I remember him coming up to me after I'd finished performing. He comes up and he goes, Vin, I'd like to see you in my office. And we go into his office, and he says to me, he says, Vin, in 6 months' time, 2 things will happen. I'm going to fire you, or you can quit. And to me, I was thinking, wait, why would you do this? I'm good at what I do. My dad's going to kill me. And he says, Vin, and he pulls out his hand for the first time. Sidetrack. Right now, your dopamine is at its maximum. Curiosity. And he has arthritis. And he goes, Vin, 30 years ago, I gave up the dream of playing piano for orchestras all over the world to build this damn firm. For the last 5 years of my life, I've gotten really bad arthritis. I can never play the thing I love most in my life ever again. You're in the wrong career. And I remember looking at him and saying, do you mind telling my dad that? That's absolutely
marvelous. And bless his heart, he had dinner with my parents. And he was what my parents viewed as a successful man. And he helped my dad see something in me that my dad was afraid to see. My dad was afraid to see that I was good at magic. My dad was afraid to see that I was good at drama. That was the thing I was good at, and I wasn't good at math. And my dad was afraid to see what was in me. The reason I tell you this is that sometimes other people can see things in you that you can't see in yourself. And you have to give yourself the opportunity to meet with different people, find different mentors, so that they can help you see the things you are blind to. Brilliant. Okay, so you see, that was dopamine. It's dopamine.